Bonjour, voici vidéo 5C sur les verbes réfléchis, reflexive verbs. We have already seen verbs like this when we learned how to say our names. Je m'appelle. Remember we talked about how this says literally, I call myself. And that is all a reflexive verb is, where this little pronoun indicates that the action of the verb comes back on the speaker, comes back on myself in this case. I call myself. I don't call the dog. That would be j'appelle le chien. I'm not calling the dog, I'm calling myself a certain name. So again, the reflexive verb, this pronoun indicates that the action is coming back on the speaker. So tournez à la page 72, and we'll go over these, pronounce them for you, and do an exercise together. 72, les verbes réfléchis. For example, they are going to give you the verb laver, and then the reflexive verb se laver. Laver is to wash. Se laver is to wash oneself. So when we use these, this pronoun has to agree with the speaker or the subject. So you get different forms. We're going to see those in the book. Je me lave. Tu te laves. This is a regular ER verb. Il se lave. Elle se lave. And that includes on. On se lave. Nous lavons. I'm going to have to write small to make it fit here. I hope you can read that okay. Vous, and this is the same. Lavez. You see that we're repeating the pronoun. It's the same as the subject. And then il plural, back to se. So there isn't a plural form. The singular and the plural share a form. And elle se lave. I wash myself, you wash yourself, she washes herself, we wash ourselves, y'all wash yourselves, and they wash themselves. That's what we're talking about. That's what that little pronoun does, that reflexive pronoun. These are the reflexive pronouns. Okay, let's look at some reflexive verbs on the next page in the little box. We'll go through those and pronounce them for you. We have se baigner, se baigner, se brosser, se brosser, se coucher, se coucher, se coiffer, se coiffer, se dépêcher, se dépêcher, se déshabiller, se déshabiller, se détendre, se détendre, se doucher, se doucher, s'endormir, s'endormir, se fâcher, se fâcher, s'habiller, top of the next column, s'habiller. Notice that's the opposite of the se déshabiller earlier. Se laver, se lever, se lever, se maquiller, se maquiller, se peigner. The GN is always a ñ sound in French. Se peigner, se promener, se promener, se raser, se raser, se reposer, se reposer, se réveiller. Like reveille when you're in the army and they play reveille to wake you up. That's where that comes from. Se réveiller. All right, I just want to point out that these are all regular ER verbs except for, scan through that and see if you can find the irregular in there for me. If you said s'endormir, then you are right. S'endormir is a dormir category verb. And if you remember, it's not a true IR. It's not the IS, ISIT endings. Dormir has the SST endings. So go back and review your conjugations for dormir so you'll be able to conjugate s'endormir when the time comes. Okay, let's do exercice G. Exercice G. We'll do it together. Complete each sentence with the reflexive form of the verb in italics. Modèle. Mathieu lave son chien, puis il se lave. Puis means then. So he washes the dog, then he washes himself. All right, numéro 1. Tu baignes les enfants, puis tu te baignes. And there's your reflexive. Okay? You wash, or you bathe yourself. Numéro 3. Numéro 2. Ma sœur et moi promenons le chien, puis nous. First we take the dog for a walk, then we go for a walk. Nous promenons. And here is your reflexive pronoun. Numéro 3. La grand-mère endort le bébé, puis elle. So the grandmother gets the baby to sleep, or puts the baby to sleep, I guess we might say. Then she, elle s'endort, she goes to sleep. And remember that that's that irregular conjugation. Here's your reflexive pronoun. Elle s'endort, she goes to sleep. Numéro 4. Vous habillez les enfants, puis vous. You dress the children, then you yourself get dressed. Vous vous habillez. You dress yourself. And there's your reflexive pronoun. Numéro 5. Les parents couchent leurs enfants, puis ils. The parents get the kids to bed, then ils se couchent. They go to bed. Back up with s'endormir. I'm thinking that I might have said go to bed for that one as well. That would be get the baby to sleep, though. Put the baby to sleep. I can't remember what I said now. So if I said the wrong one, I apologize. Because s'endormir would be to fall asleep, whereas se coucher would be to go to bed. So in this case, then they get themselves to bed or go to sleep. See, it's sort of all the same, isn't it? But anyway, they go to bed. That's what we would say in English. We'll do it that way. Numéro 6. Je coiffe ma petite sœur, puis je. I comb my little sister's hair, then I comb mine. Then I comb my hair. Puis je me coiffe. That's a C. Puis je me coiffe. Then I comb my hair. I guess you could say I comb myself, but that kind of sounds funny, doesn't it? All right, those are the reflexive verbs, and this is the end of 5C. Au revoir.